Hey, basketball coaches, today I'm going to give you some crazy horns basketball plays that you can run with your team once this coronavirus quarantine stuff finally finishes. So maybe September, October of next year, which is fantastic. So make sure to save this video. Let's get down to the clipboard. Let's check these basketball plays out. Make sure to share my channel with your players because at 1 o'clock Eastern time every single day, I'm going to be doing a home workout for basketball players. Let's get down to the clipboard. Let's check these out. So in this first horns basketball play, what we're going to have is player 5 setting a screen for player 1. At this time, player 3 is going to be going down and setting a screen for player 2. Player 2 is going to be using that screen, and player 1 is going to be using that screen. At this time, we're going to be having player 4 also heading up and setting a screen for player 5. Yes, this is a crazy amount of screening. Player 2 is going to be cutting then across the baseline and popping out towards the three-point line. However, player 1 needs to also pay attention to player 2 when he's cutting across the key, and player 2 also needs to pay attention to see if he is open. If he's open, player 1 bombs it down. He better be ready to hit that layup. If he's covered and player 2 pops out, player 1 is also covered because player 1 also has the option to take that three-point shot. Player 5 is going to be then popping out towards this side, and this could be a skip pass over to player 5, but again, that could be just a bit risky, so we're going to be having him up at that three-point line. At this time, we're going to be having player 4 near the point, and we're going to have player 3 then setting a screen or a back screen on player 4, and player 4 is going to use that screen, and this is our last and final option to get a basket. If there is no option for player 4 to score at this point, he's going to then pop out towards this side, and I always like to end up finishing if I have not scored on a set play. You've probably heard me say this before, but if I like to finish in a 5-out so that now we can run some kind of a 5-out motion. Now, this second play, what we're going to be having is player 5 setting a screen for player 1. Player 3 is going to be popping up towards the elbow and setting a secondary screen. So this is a staggered screen for player 1. What we're going to be having now is player 5. He's going to be rolling towards the basket. Player 4 is going to be popping out towards the three-point line. And we're going to be having player 3 pop off of that screen. So we're going to have one screen and roll and one screen and pop. Now player 1 has a decision to make. He can either pass down to player 5 for a layup, he can pass over to player 3 for a three-point shot, or he could take a three-point shot himself. Now, if we pass the ball down to player 5 and that collapses the defense because the defense, let's say, is playing help defense like they really should be, player 5 can pass the ball out to player 2 for a shot or an extra pass for player 4 to have a shot. Now, both of those plays are kind of, I would say, more advanced than what you may be able to run with your basketball team. Now, if that's the case, these next two basketball plays are crazy because they're so simple to run. Let's get back down to the clipboard. Let's check out these next basketball plays. So this next play is super crazy because it's super easy. We're going to have player 5 set a screen for player 4. This could have also been starting with player 4 setting a screen for player 5. It doesn't matter. Player 1 is going to dribble out towards this side, and now we're going to be having player 4 come off of that screen and cut down towards that net. Now player 1 has the decision to pass down to player 4, or if player 3 is sagging off because he sees that maybe player 4 is going to have an easy basket, or player 1 just made a fake pass down to player 4, now he could pass over to player 3. The other option is player 4 getting that ball early, bringing down player 3 and kicking it out to player 3 blue for that three-point shot. Again, super simple. You can run with your team. It's only one simple screen over, player 1 dribbling over towards this side, and player 4 making the decision once he gets that ball. Now the second super simple play that I'm going to show you is obviously super simple. We're going to have one side, so let's say player 4, his side, he's going to pop out. Player 5 is going to set a screen down for player 2. Player 2 is going to come off of that screen up towards that free throw line extended, and he may be open for a shot. And if he is, you could hit him up with a shot. If he is not covered, let's say they switched and player 5 rolls off that screen, now player 5 could be open. Another option is after that screen, let's say player 2 gets that ball and player 2 red pops up to defend him, and player 5 is rolling off and has position, inside position on player 5. Player 2 could pass down to player 5 blue, and he could get that easy layup. So there's 2 advanced plays at the beginning, 2 simple plays at the end. I hope these 4 basketball plays could help your team win more games. If it does, let us know in the comments section below. Again, share this channel with your players so that they can get at-home workouts that they could do themselves, and it'll be live. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow, actually later on today, for a few more basketball videos.